Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
The enchanting sunset over the desert of Phoenix. Looking at the last game for the Phoenix Suns, it was a win against the New Orleans Pelicans. And that result, guys, was a real shock. It was just about as complete a dominant performance as we've seen them. They just swap here for Phoenix. Golden State also making some changes. Festus Ezeli comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Barnes in for Andre Iguodala.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
And Golden State, looking at who they've got. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Ezeli is out there with Draymond Green. And it's Curry in at point. 17-foot shot on the way. And he connects with the jumper. Curry's got 7. Warriors took apart the West last season. They went 42-10 against the rest of the conference. The games between them and second place and the West were the same as the games between second place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on the little guys. I mean, they had big wins over the top teams in the West. Against the rest of the playoff teams, the Warriors were a whopping 20-5.
Green inside the three-point line. Green missing again.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them. Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Clock at 6. Warren kicks to Simmons. Pulls it up. And Warren with the basket on the assist by 3. Warren's got his first basket. Warriors trail by 3. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Great look, but off the mark. And the pass to Warren. It's stolen by Green.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed, dignified young man, and just he has an air about it.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Golden State. And Simmons kicks to Knight. The shot is off. The Warriors go the other way with it. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And what a heck of a performance for them, particularly offensively. I mean, there were stretches of that game where everything seemed to be falling.
Ball movement was superb, majestic. And they got good shots, and they made them. So it wasn't a surprise, but the ball movement was the key.
Simmons passes to Warren, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
And Tyson Chandler, known for being a great teammate, a very vocal leader certainly, he talked about how
players do the policing. Coach said,
don't you need a player? Both teams making some changes here. Suns leading by 11. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Ezeli in at the 5. Thompson with it, and it's Knight picking him up. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Len with a screen on Thompson. To the left wing. Now, here's Warren. Covered by Barnes. To the middle. Here's Green. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. You know, the Phoenix Suns played well overall last season, but they still couldn't match up against some of the teams in the West. Had a hard time with in-conference battles.
Warriors trail by 7. Curry kicks to Green. Feeds it to Thompson. Golden State moving it around. Really left alone that time. And that's 15 points for Steph Curry. And for the Suns last season, Greg, they ended with a record 21-31 against the Western Conference. It's something that you can point to, Greg, as a reason they failed to make the postseason.
Great point, Kevin. And the big problem for the Suns were the other Western playoff teams. Only went 8-22 against the top 8 in the West.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And now, in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. And that one is hammered home.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Curry dishes to Thompson. And the shot no good, a bit short. Simmons. No good. And the first half comes.
Gentlemen, I'm here.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter. With some changes, Spates checked in for Bogut. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Simmons in at point guard. Warren is out there with Goodwin. Then there's Brandon Knight. And it's Teletovic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Livingston passes to Spates. And it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston. Spates has got his first bucket of the night.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist. And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today. And just a solid start to the season for Teletovic last year. I mean, unfortunately, it came to a close prematurely as he was battling blood clots.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
Here is Livingston. He's covered by Simmons. Spates sets a screen. And Thompson kicks to Green. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Knight wide open. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Over in the corner, Barnes. Nailed from three-point land.
Harrison Barnes.
Barnes has got 9.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Livingston kicks to Thompson. Spates sets a screen. Green inside the three-point line. Again, the miss by Green.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Warren kicks to Goodwin. Sinks the triple. He has 7.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big.
All right, Phoenix, keep it going for your Suns answer.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. He's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes in for Thompson. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Iguodala, the 3 with Barnes, the stretch 4. Steph Curry's out there with Livingston, and it's Bogut in at the 5 down low.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside.
And Lure gets it to go.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Warriors trail by 11. Kicks it out to Iguodala from past the arc. Rebounded by Simmons.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Iguodala. And it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston. And Thompson kicks to Curry. He dishes it to Bogut.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Phoenix.
And a fantastic play from the bench.
Yeah, they did. Their depth is really one of their greatest attributes.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Bledsoe. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Pass to Tucker. Now here's Booker, guarded by Curry. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Alex Len's checked in for Chandler. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Lure. Warren's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Goodwin subbed in for Booker. Then for the Warriors, Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Livingston in for Curry. .32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And again, no good by Golden State. Goodwin kicks to Simmons. Up and in on the layup. And the Suns lead by 15.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Livingston, that's good. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And here's Freak. So it's the Suns winning easily.
Well, congratulations.
The 2K Sports postgame show.